We'll get to Tamir in just a second.
Yeah.
Tamir in Oakland. It's been a while. That's what Sherm had to say about Cowboys.
Give it to me.
Cowboys fans, I'm sorry. You guys talked a lot on my timeline, a lot of comments on my videos, and you gave me a lot of ammo. I sat there. I didn't respond to a lot of them because I was sitting there holding this in. I knew this would happen. You knew this would happen. Dak knew this would happen. McCarthy knew this would happen. Jerry Jones knew this would happen because this is always what happens. And so next year, when your team's 13-4, whatever it is, or 12-5, just shut up and hope that they can beat the San Francisco 49ers. Because you know who's going to be there again? The San Francisco 49ers.
I love how Sherman's just embraced the 49er culture.
It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of wild.
It's kind of crazy, right?
It's like quietly he always wanted to be a Niner.
Well, it reminds me of like Wade Boggs. Like, yeah, I'm a Yankee.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, what?
wait, you're riding a horse at Yankee Stadium? Like, wait, you're a Yankee?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Roger
no
Clemens
doubt.
saying like, I'm a Yankee.
Yeah.
It's like,
How about Roger Clemens when he was coming back and he was like going up against college kids? And he goes to the University of Kentucky.
Yeah, he's like
out of all
46 years old.
places, 46 years old, in full-out Yankees gear, pitching to college players.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a Roger Clemens account. All right?
After the Jeter.com.
He's one of, well, no, before that, he's one of my favorite players of all time.
No.
He's
Before
out of his
that-
mind.
Before that, I was like, all right, Roger
No,
Clemens
I
is
love
whatever.
Roger Clemens.
The Jeter.com, I was like, oh my gosh. I love him even more.
The splitter is one of the greatest pitches in the history of
No,
baseball.
I just love the way he talked baseball.
Well, yeah, he's nuts. The Texas bow tie,
Yeah.
where he throws at someone's neck.
Let's get to Tamir.
He was so roided out when the bat came back to him in the Mike
I
Piazza thing.
know.
He goes, I thought it was the ball.
I thought it was
so
the
you
ball.
threw it at
so
him?
you threw it at him. So you're going to throw the ball at him, too.
The Jeter duck, he did come in like Jabba
He
the
came
Hutt.
in hard.
Yeah.
He came in hard.
First,
in
he
the Jeter
came in
duck.
unrecognizable.
Yeah. He had the hat on,
dude,
the
he
blazer.
weighing
It's like,
400 pounds.
What's going on here?
My favorite is when he threw his wife under the bus for steroids.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's the one who shot it in my butt.
Yeah, no. He said that she was doing it for the swimsuit model modeling.
right.
Remember? She was the one who was doing
Are
it.
they still married?
I don't even know.
Probably. The money's
Dude,
still
Clemens
rolling
was
on.
so sick. Him on the Blue Jays was sick too.
Sherman just taking shots at the Cowboys.
I love it.
Now, we see the Cowboy fan reactions, breaking TVs, blaming Dak. Even their own social media account is roasting Dak. Jerry Jones canceled his appearance on 105.3 The Fan with RJ and Sean, our buddies down there in Texas.
Did he?
Canceled it. Yeah, he canceled it.
The
Canceled this
GM
week.
and the owner canceled it. Honestly, I was
Stephen Jones canceled too.
wow. I was thinking about this yesterday. If you're Jerry Jones, you almost have to. Like at this point, you've got to fire yourself as GM.
Yeah, I've been telling you that for 10 years.
No, like now you have to.
No, I've been telling you that for 10
I know
years.
you're right.
He's done.
I know.
He's cooked.
Like, if
as
you-
long as he's running his show,
Exactly. You're
they
limiting
will
the
never
search.
win anything.
Yeah.
Cowboys smoked that pack. Knew that was done. It's just a matter of time.
Baldy in 7 minutes. Baldy, Brian Baldinger breaking down the 49ers. 7 minutes. Go nowhere.
Tamir, Oakland, what's happening? What's happening, Tamir? Good morning.
What's up, guys? Man, long time.
Yeah, long time.
And Joe, you guys are good when you go to Philly. It's how you carry yourself. The dudes, they talk a tough game. I've been there. But if you carry yourself, Vontae, you know what I mean? Like, you from a certain area.
Yup.
You carry yourself when you come there with that swag. They're not
No
going
doubt.
to mess with you. They'll
Yeah, no doubt.
try to talk that stuff.
They'll talk.
They're not about that. Go there and rep your Niners, rep your colors. I'm not a Niner fan, but my dad was. So rest in peace. I hope the Niners win that game just
Nice.
for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say. But y'all go out there and do your thing. Don't worry about nothing.
Let's go.
That's all.
Appreciate that.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
that. Good call, Tamir.
Shout
Good
out
call.
Tennyson High School.
No doubt. Tamir's a great dude. Great dude. Kenny in Richmond. Kenny, what's happening?
What up, Kenny?
What's up? What's up, Vontae? What's up, Shasky?
What's up, baby?
What's up to all the roasters? Listen, man, I've been humble. I haven't said nothing. I've been cool, but I'm tired of everybody doubting these Niners. Shasky, let's go, baby.
I know.
Let's shake out your voice. Let's ride this ship, whether it float or fail. Let's go. That last caller from Philly, Joe, he got me fired up this morning.
I know.
You know what? Man, we going to get out there. We going to go to Philly, and we going to bring Mr. Purdy, and we going to bang, Niner gang all in Philadelphia. Let's go.
There's
Hey.
another roaster on the
I'm
way
with
to
him.
Philadelphia.
I'm with
I'm with Kenny
Yes.
in Richmond, and I'm with Marcus. Marcus Bos. What was his last name? He sits by my section. Marcus Bosworth. I've met him in Jerry's Word. It was like, Bonte, I'm a roaster. Last year at the wild card game. Marcus Bosworth just DM'd me on Instagram. Flight is booked for Philly It's
I'm a
on.
roaster.
So now we got another roaster. Now we're 5 deep. Let's multiply this bad boy.
Don't fire till you see the whites in their eyes. It'll be like Bunker Hill. We'll be like Davy Crockett.
Feels like it a little bit.
It's like the Alamo. We're protecting the Alamo, boys.
By the way, I shouldn't read this text, but I think Anna is still asleep. 650 City Bubble text line. Shout out to Nia Long on Fresh Pitch. Shout out to Nia Long on the Best Man, the sitcom that they just did. The Best Man Chronicles.
Is she still with?
No. Nia Long has aged very well.
Yep.
Brian Baldinger in 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes, Brian Baldinger.
So let's make that happen this year. Okay?
Hey, let me ask you this before we get to Baldy. Niners Cowboys, as we put this to bed.
God, it's going to live forever.
Is this rivalry back?
Oh, for sure.
All right, to me, they're the number one rival again. They've catapulted the Seahawks and the Rams. They're number one to me.
Really?
Top of the list.
Right back?
Right back. And you know they come back to Levi's next year in the regular season.
I know.
Cowboys-Niners is all the way back.
How many people made a killing selling their tickets this week?
Oh, my gosh.
And honestly, everyone's, don't sell your tickets. No, if you are having some financial hard times and you've been supporting the team, I don't really have a problem with people trying to make a buck. Like, times are hard right now. So I just wanted to just say that real quick.
Yeah.
But, dude, do you know how much tickets are going in my section? $900.
Yeah. A pop, right?
A pop?
Yeah, mine
That
too.
could be your whole season ticket, package for the year. I don't
too.
fault people. I really don't.
It was fun to be there. What an environment. It's nothing better than beating the Cowboys, seeing them lose. They were talking all that junk. They were flooding, and they were so bitter. I told, when Christian McCaffrey scored, there was a dude with a Jason Witten jersey in front of me, and the other guy had a Dak Prescott jersey.
Okay.
And I told both those guys, I said, hey, guys, got about 14 minutes and 58 seconds to book your flights to Cancun. You're done. And I talked to him the entire fourth quarter.
Oh, you gave him the Cancun talk.
I talked to him the all fourth quarter.
Can you maybe not do that this week?
Why?
Because, I'd like to walk out with all of my faculties.
We're going to be fine.
Did
Nobody's
you see
gonna
how
punch
expensive
us.
the tickets are?
Yeah, I don't care.
Sam Lubman, how
Fire in the
expensive?
hole.
What's the ticket going for? Lubman.
You know what? We need to
and
bring.
now he's on the phone.
We need to bring Lubman.
He
to
got in my ear. He said he was going to.
Let's bring Lubman to Philadelphia. Because I know he ain't scared.
GoFundMe?
He ain't scared. If there's some fists flying,
Run up the
well.
steps.
He'll walk the steps. He'll go there and talk some smack.
Run up the steps, not walk.
Okay, what are the ticket prices currently?
Cheapest ticket I'm seeing right now is $508.
Okay.
That just gets you in at the very, very, very top.
And that is not without the service charges and all the other things that they throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's before everything.
So you're looking at 600 plus. That's not even that bad. The Cowboys-Niners was more expensive.
I know.
I saw seats, no joke, first quarter because I just tapped into Ticketmaster at the first break. And I was like, I just want to see where all the tickets are being sold. In the 420s, someone was off like $12,000 for a seat. I'm not even joking. That was the price point on Ticketmaster. But I don't use Ticketmaster. I use Game Time because Mark Willard has a great commercial that I listen to.
Well,
Company man.
yeah, you tell that company live very well. I've never seen anybody do it better. TC Sacramento. What's happening?
TC.
Unbelievable. TC Sacramento. What's happening? All right, TC, you're gone.
He didn't light the beam.
You know what? 888-957-9570. We're here. We're here because I'm a little nervous now. Now I'm nervous. Not about the game. Niners are going to win this football game. They're going to win this game. But I got San Fran Shasky looming large right now. I got him looming large. We got him on the flight. We're taking a red eye. We're getting to Philadelphia together.
My dog
Roasters.
ate my iPod Pro
Did he?
thingies. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
ticked. It's like the worst week ever to do
I
it.
got to buy some new ones.
Well, I'm going to borrow Michelle's.
888-957-9570. Roasters. How?
They're calling me Sausalito Shasky.
You are Sausalito Shasky.
I love Sausalito.
Yeah, but you're
Sushi
soft.
Ron. I went to Sushi Ron Saturday night.
And the
I
lines
love
are,
Sausalito.
The lines are lighting up
What
right
is
now.
wrong with
Let me
Sausalito?
get these lines. Get these lines. We're going
I
to get
would
them on
love
right
to
after
have a
Baldy.
house in Sausalito.
We got to get Frisco Shasky to appear in Philadelphia. All right? I can't be alone in this walk. I can't.
Hey, look.
Sausalito, soft serve Shasky, San Fran Shasky, Sausalito Shasky, Seashell Shasky.
San Rafael. Sonoma Square Shasky.
That guy has to go. Dude, that guy has to go.
Sunnyvale.
That guy has to go. You got to go. Somebody needs to do something with this guy. Where's Get Papa Shasky your ticket. I'd rather go out with Papa Shasky right now. You worry about getting hit? These Philly fans are soft. They ain't swinging no blows at us, especially when they're down 27-10 in the fourth quarter. Let's go, Baldy. Let's get Baldy on. I'm charged up. All right, it's on like Donkey Kong this week, baby. Niners, Eagles, NFC title game. We got our main man,
God, I'm
Brian
so fired
Baldinger. He works out with Lane Johnson. So I don't know if Baldy's an enemy this week. I don't know if he's behind enemy. I don't know who I'm talking to. A double agent? What's going on with Baldy? He joins us on the Bud Light guest line. All postseason guests appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Love having Brian Baldinger on. Championship weekend. Saw a great divisional round of football. Cincinnati goes in the snow, beats Buffalo. The Jaguars hang tough, can't outlast Patrick Mahomes on one ankle. And, of course, the Eagles roll over the Giants. And, of course, the matinee was the Niners and Cowboys. Baldy, good morning to you. Let's recap the Cowboys-Niners game before we move on to Philadelphia. A physical football game. The Dallas defense was very, very impressive. But the Niners, when they needed a drive from Brock Purdy and company, they got it done in the fourth quarter. They outlasted the Cowboys. What a performance by that defense, but what composure by Brock Purdy in that offense.
Well, I think it's just, good morning, guys. Bonte,
good
Joe,
morning.
It's good to be with you. I mean, really is. It's been a long journey. It's been a lot of fun. But, that's that's playoff football, what we saw. I mean, it's a nail-biter. It's 9-9. Red zone scores were, hard to come by. McCaffrey breaks through on a 2-yard run, a really well-designed play. But, it's just playoff football. Micah Parsons out there, just bringing the heat. And, Donovan Wilson and all the guys from Dallas, really did a good job of keeping things down. But, at the end of the day, the reason why the 49ers are moving on is because you just can't, and I don't want to jinx anybody, but you can't get Purdy into making a mistake. They got Parsons chasing him to the sideline to sideline. I've seen so many guys throw the ball up. Brady threw the ball up in the first round, trying to get the ball out of the back of the end zone. It's intercepted. But, that guy mechanically, even when he threw that one ball away at Kittle in the corner, he made sure they set his feet, that he could really get something into the throw, to throw the ball away, to not take a negative play. And the worst thing you could do with Brock Purdy at this point with me is just look at statistics. Because I see the guy throw the ball away, make the right play, which is throw the ball away, go to the next down, kick the field goal. I mean, those kind of things, you can't get him to make a mistake. You got Dak Prescott to make 2 bad mistakes. And that was the difference again. They led to 2 field goals. That was the difference in the game. The kid is just, poise is a word. But this guy doesn't blink. To me, he looks like he doesn't even work up a sweat. Yet he's making all these throws and making all these plays.
Well, Baldy, B&B were at the game, and I kept telling him, it feels like, and we'll get to why that was, nobody was open. There weren't a lot of open receivers downfield. It was a tale of 2 games. Last week, everyone's open. This week, it feels like nobody's open. He hit a couple of throws that, to me, were like tiny, tiny windows, and boom, he hits them. Kittle on the seam route, first quarter. Boom, great throw. Ayuk on the deep comeback that got him a first down, that kept them in field goal range into the red zone. And then the third one was obviously the rollout to the left, and Kittle comes dragging across on the late throw. So those are some dimes. I mean, just absolute dimes, and he makes those throws. I don't know. I feel like he had a pretty good game, given that nobody was open.
5, Joe. 5 is the magic number. You got to make 5 throws that should be bumped to a resume reel when you play at this level. And the throw where you're describing, Joe, rolling out to his left. Kittle is a late fit on that play. They've got, Debo and Ayuk are the primaries on that play, and the Cowboys literally were all over that route combination. I mean, I broke it down for the NFL Network here, but they literally got 4 guys around Ayuk, and they got, the safety is sitting on top of Debo. Like, there's no place to go. Now, he's got time. He's got time on that play. Parsons was actually on the other side of the field, which helped. But Kittle sees he's in trouble, and he throws his arm up, and he goes to the void in the field, and he sees it. He did the same thing the week before on the touchdown throws to McCaffrey and to Mitchell, where he can find people on the other side of the field. Now, you could say, I hear we hear all the, he's a system quarterback at Shanahan, he got talent. Like, to make that throw and to see Kittle like that, now it's a great catch and all that, but still, the guy's eyes and how he sees the field are special, and it separates him from almost everybody else in this tournament right now.
Special? I want to stop on that, because I think that's important. There's a lot of chatter about next year in the offseason, and I understand all that. I feel like we're putting the cart before the horse. For right now, you're seeing a guy who's playing special football, Baldy?
Yeah, special football.
Wow.
Because it's about decision-making, Joe. And his decision-making is almost always flawless. I don't care. You can draw all the greatest plays up in the world. You can have Jerry Rice out there. You can have all the greatest players. It still comes down to the quarterback making decisions. And, the quarterback on the other side gets paid a lot of money on Sunday, and he didn't make great decisions. He made some good throws. He also made some bad decisions. It's the plays that hurt you, that beat you. And he's not giving the opposition those plays right now. You can take one play from Sunday that, that could have been a trouble throw. One out of the whole day where he said, okay, they had an opportunity there. Maybe Deron Bland probably had a ball at the end zone. Maybe go through his hands a little bit in a contested catch type situation. But not a lot of them. And that defense, and you could see it, Joe. You were there live.
They were locking them down, Baldy.
That defense is fast, Baldy.
They were good.
But they're fast. That defense is fast. Van Der Esch, Parsons, Tank.
Lawrence.
Go to Donovan Wilson. They're fast. It's a fast defense.
Is Philly's defense as fast as Dallas' defense from what you saw this year?
No. They're not as fast. They're more powerful up front. That's the best defensive line in football. And
the Eagles?
They're 8 deep.
Yeah, the Eagles.
That's the best.
Okay.
I'm not knocking the 49ers, but that's the best defense line in football.
Okay.
The 49ers don't have an inside presence the way the Eagles have, and Javon Hargrave and Fletcher Cox. And when they put Brandon Graham in there, they've got 6 legitimate guys that can beat you one-on-one or can just crush you from anywhere. So they'll see a better defensive front, but they won't see a faster defense than what they just saw on Sunday.
Brian Baldinger here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 Game. Joins us every single Tuesday at 7:30. Going over to the defense. Look, Bosa was quiet. So what does that mean? 54 has to step up. And I thought Fred Warner Jr. in a spectacular season. He's played like the best linebacker in football. I thought Sunday against the Cowboys, Baldy, was his finest hour. He was everywhere. He comes up with the big interception. He's communicating. He's calling the defense. Just when you thought you run out of adjectives to describe Fred Warner Jr.'s performance, you can't. You got to add more to it because Sunday he was just phenomenal.
For all 49er fans, I hope you just listen to this. Just don't take Fred Warner for granted. Just don't take him for granted, Joe. I see the reaction. Because it can be easily done because he's there every single Sunday, every single year, every single play. But you can't take this guy for granted. The interception off the tip by Jimmy Ward, I don't know. The reaction, it's not even a second of reaction time, and the ball's in his hands. The play where he's disguised in the defensive line, and then they bring the blitz, and he goes and takes CeeDee Lamb down the middle of the field.
Huh.
That play, a lot of teams have that blitz look, that kind of, show me something, do something else, that type of trap right there. But not everybody can run with CeeDee Lamb like that. Just the skill set, just every single play, how you can be so locked in and get everybody lined up so nobody else is making a mistake. The guy is just beyond special.
Why are this is me and B talk about running backs mattering, right? We believe running backs matter, right? Yeah. Especially when you get this deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I feel like linebacker is another one that's so like undervalued. And I look at Fred Warner and what he brings to the table. He never misses games. He brings intensity, and you can't take him off the field in terms of scheme, right? He's there with their base. He's there in your nickel, your dime, and he can cover anywhere. He doesn't miss tackles. And then there's just this intelligence. You saw him and Dak going at it pre-snap, and he's pointing and he's shaking. And it's just like he brings so much to the table. Why don't we appreciate it as football fans as much as we used to?
That's a good question because, if that was, if his name was Ronnie Lott, we'd all be wearing his jersey.
Exactly.
But he's Ronnie Lott.
Right.
He's like the 21st century Ronnie Lott. That's who he is. Like the impact that he has on the field, in the locker room, at practice, but just that burning intensity.
Yes.
He doesn't take a play off. Mm-hmm. He's never out of position. Like he's like there's a great play where he takes before Pollard got hurt, where he tackles Pollard for a loss, so for a 2-yard loss. And on the play, Armstead, it's a design blitz, but Armstead is grabbing Zach Martin. I mean, technically it's a hold.
It's the old Justin Smith.
Called, but everybody does it. The umpire's, behind in the offense, so they don't see it anymore. But, it's a design play where Armstead holds Zach Martin. He can't come off on the combo block, and Fred just shoots it. Like, he just trusts that Eric's going to do it. He's going to do his job, and he's going to go make the play. And, that's probably Fred's call. It's probably Fred's call to make. It's just an instinct. Okay, Pollard's in the backfield. It's first down. Let's go give him a 2-yard loss to get him in 2nd and 12. Just make it more difficult. There's probably so many things just like that we can't even see that would make you even appreciate him even more. But he's Ronnie Lott right now is what he is.
Wow. He's been unbelievable for the 49ers, starting with his first game that you always discuss, Baldy, when he was up in Minnesota wearing number 48 with the green dot helmet. Fred Warner Jr., special linebacker. I think 49er fans appreciate him, but I think all football have seen what number 54 can do with all the primetime games and Niners play. Baldy, going back over to the offense. Last week was talking to Joe, saying, George Kittle hasn't had that signature moment yet in the playoffs. It's been a very good run blocker, and everybody loves run blocking, but the casual fan will say, well, what about the catches? What about the yards? We came up with 5 big catches and 95 yards, and I thought that was George Kittle's signature moment so far in his postseason career.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Bonte. And, the good thing is I don't think it matters to anybody in that locker room who's wearing a hat that day. Mm-hmm. Like, George got the opportunities. The throw, the first throw that you're talking about, Joe, the seam route. Not everybody can make that throw. But, George is he's a dynamic player. Like, he's already been in the podium talking about coming to Philadelphia and what it's like. Like, he knows, bring it. Like, the mentality of that team is, okay, the louder, the more vicious, the crazier the atmosphere. Like, they're just going to feed off it. Now, you got to handle the atmosphere. You got to handle everything. But to your point, Bonte, I agree. Like, the one-handed catch is just, it's
right.
I said it when he did it. Like, just bump that straight to his resume reel. Make sure you see that, forever. Like, people should see that catch.
Right.
Because it was a great moment. And when you get 30-yard chunk plays in any drive, you almost always score.
Yeah.
It might be a field goal, but you almost – because if you go back in the huddle after that 30-yard catch and you're on the other side of the 50, you're like, okay, we're going to score on this drive. We're not down here in the end zone, listening to the crowd or anything. Like, we're here on the other side of the 50. The mentality is we're going to score on this drive when you get chunk plays. That's why they're so important. Cowboys had a hard time getting them. They got one. The whole day, they got one.
CD had that sweet catch. That was an incredible catch.
They miss Amari, but CD is an incredible player. That guy is just tougher than shoe leather, man.
They need another weapon on the opposite side of CD Lamb in Dallas, no doubt about it. But Philadelphia does have other weapons outside of A.J. Brown. That's Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert.
I'm worried.
This challenge that the Niners defense will face in this Eagles offense. Very good offensive line. Maybe the best offensive line in football. We've got 3 running backs. We've got a quarterback who can run and throw. They've got 3 dynamic pass catchers in that passing game. What's the biggest? What do the Niners need to do to keep themselves in the game? Do you shut down the run? Do you double bracket A.J. Brown? How do you defend the Eagles offense?
One guy makes that whole thing go, and that's Jalen Hurts. Like, he's just a special person, and he's a special player. And he's difficult to defend. Like, last week, the Giants had no answer. Now, the Giants, in talking to guys on the Eagles, like, they looked exhausted. They had a day short. They left it up in Minnesota. They were tired. They were a tired team. And, all those guys that made plays the week before, Dexter Lawrence, like, they didn't do anything. They got just their, drilled into the dirt. But Jalen Hurts makes that go because he is so dynamic. If you give him a lane, he's going to take it. And I said this, I remember I was doing a game when he was at Alabama, Texas A&M. They were both undefeated, Alabama A&M. They were both 6-0. Myles Garrett's chasing, Jalen Hurts all over the field that day. And I said during a broadcast then, this is probably 7 years ago, I said, I don't know how fast Jalen Hurts is, but he's faster than everybody else on the field. Wow. And when I watch Jalen, I never see Jalen Hurts ever get caught, ever. Like, he's as fast as he needs to be, and he's under control. And the guy doesn't blink. He's difficult into getting to him to make an error, but that's a challenge for the 49ers, is you've got to get Jalen Hurts to make mistakes. Yeah. However you do it, whether it's blitzes or schemes, or you got to make him miss, because otherwise, if he just stays on point, he's going to make plays. Like, I think he's the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. People could challenge me on that, but I've watched him throw 52 plays over 20 yards down the field to AJ and Devontae and to Goddard. Like, he has got an excellent touch on the deep ball.
Yeah, Baldy, I want to squeeze a couple in here before you get out of here because there's so much to get into. What happened with Bosa this week? It felt like him and Tyron Smith was a gladiator matchup. I mean, I haven't seen a tackle hold up the way that he did. I mean, he dropped Bosa to his knees on numerous occasions. I've never seen that before.
Well, he's got the strongest vice grips of anybody in the league. I mean, Tyron Smith gets your hands on you, it's over. I don't care if your name is Bosa or not. Like, he's got the strongest grips. I mean, I've literally seen him, like, it almost looks like a superhero, like, cartoon. I've seen him literally pick guys up off the ground with his grips. Like, he's a forklift. So, and then, but Nick is also comes off the ball the lowest of any player in the league. And so if you got these vice grips pushing on you and you're trying to turn the corner, you're going to end up like face planting. And that's what he did a couple of times. I think, but I don't know if he's wearing down. I don't know. But he wasn't great. He's got a different rush. I think Lane Johnson knows this. I think the Eagles know this. But he's different on the right side than he is on the left side. On the right side, it's almost always speed to power. On the right side, he's almost like his brother. It's like a two-hand swipe, and he's flipping his hips, and he's turning a corner. So I feel like you got to know, Nick, right side versus left side, and what you're going to get from either side. And I'm sure the Eagles are studying that, and getting ready for it. Lane Johnson is battling through a torn abdomen muscle right now. Played the whole game the other day. He's challenged a little bit. I think the 49ers know all about it, but it'd be interesting to see how he handles power. He didn't get that from Kayvon Thibodeau on Sunday.
Yeah. Baldy, they have to unlock CMC and Debo. It felt like whether personnel, scheme, Dan Quinn, I don't know what happened. I'd love your breakdown on that. But McCaffrey did make one play that stuck out to me. He caught one in between two defenders sandwiching him, and I turned to the guy next to me. I don't know how many wide receivers make that play, let alone running backs in the league. But how do they unlock those guys this week?
The play, Joe, was a 3rd and 7.
Oh, it was a huge catch.
Big first down.
Huge catch.
7, he got 7.5 yards.
Yes.
And they squeezed it perfectly. The Cowboys,
right.
Like, that wasn't I don't think that was the primary. But, they got it to McCaffrey. And his hands, like, sometimes for a receiver, your eyes have to be as fast as your hands. Like, I think he saw it so fast. That's why his hands are able to react so fast. But you're right. I don't know that a lot of guys could catch that ball in traffic. Because if you allow it to hit your body and trap it, it's too late.
Yep.
It's going to get deflected.
What did they do? Was it more Dan Quinn and what he knew when it comes to Shanahan? Was it their personnel? What's transferable to Philly? Why did McCaffrey and Debo not get open? Why were the running lanes clogged? Like, walk me through the offense for the 49ers and how it compares week to week from Dallas to Philly.
Well, they ran the ball a lot better in the second half, Joe.
Okay.
They did not run the ball well in the first half at all. But you saw them really lean on the run game. And I saw a sideline shot of McCaffrey and Juice. And they had the tablet, and Juice has got the pen out and he's telestrating something about the look. And I felt like from that moment, that was late in the second quarter,
Yeah.
that shot in the sideline. And I felt like there was something that they had to do in-game adjustment-wise. I'm trying to figure out what it was that allowed them to pierce. They had Hankins in there. They had Watkins. They went big up front, bigger, wider bodies to move. But I felt like, the running lanes got a lot bigger and more frequent in the third quarter and the fourth quarter where they really got into a running game. And they were able to really get some first downs. And I felt like something that they were looking at, they adjusted on the fly themselves to kind of get that running game going.
Baldy, before we get you out of here, a couple quick ones here. You mentioned the Eagles' powerful front on the defensive line. How can the Niners attack that defense? We just talked about how the run game, the Cowboys did a great job for the first 3 quarters. Can the Niners run the ball on this Eagles front? What's their weakness? Is it the linebackers?
Well, they're the only team. They're the only team in the league that plays a 5-man defensive front. So, and they do it a lot. And It's not just first down. So, you have to. If you can run against the 5-man front, you're going to have just one linebacker and dime type safeties that you can get to if you get through the front. So, they've got a variety of guys that will play on top of Brendel at center right there. But that's something that they have to prepare for this week. Now, however you do it, the 49ers love to pull their tackles and guards and power type situations. They had some success. That's how they scored a touchdown run with McCaffrey on a counter tray right there. They did a great job of sealing Kittle. Kittle did a great job on Parsons on that play. But so you've got one of the game plan situations is, do the 49ers try to run against it, or do they just say, we got to throw it against it? Now you got 5 one-on-ones.
Right.
So if, whether it's McGlinchey or, Banks, if somebody loses the one-on-one, your quarterback's going to be under duress.
Right.
Okay, so or if you run against it and you beat the front, you might have a long way to go. Like last week, Saquon Barkley had a 39-yard run. All right, now he only got one of them, but they were out of position in that run. They didn't fit it right, and the thing opened wide open. And I don't think McCaffrey, Mitchell, if they do that against the 49ers, they're going to gash them right away. So, they Richie James ran a deep over against that 5-man front, and nobody covered him.
And he dropped it.
Went off his fingertip. Could have been a touchdown.
I've seen that before.
But it's 28-14 if he catches that.
Yes.
Right. And all of a sudden, there might be a little bit of a game. So, they're not perfect. Now, they've got a great secondary. You look at Slay, you look at Bradbury, you look at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They are great cover guys. And Slay wants nothing more. I know how this guy is wired. Like, he is a great guy. He's a great teammate. He's fun to talk to. But I know Slay. He wants nothing more than to pick Purdy. Like, he wants, give me Debo, give me Ayuk. I want to man up these guys, and I want one. Like, he wants one so bad I can hear him. I can hear him just like not sleeping at night.
Baldy, we're heading to Philadelphia this weekend, Joe and I. We're going to the 2-on-5. I've been there before, but never been to an Eagles game. What are we getting ourselves into? Because there's a lot of smack talk going on the East Coast.
I'm facing a 5-man front.
Jasky's already asked for security.
Well, let me just say right now. Let's start with the dress code. Joe, don't wear that jersey.
Oh, I am
to do your show.
I am.
You are. Okay.
I'm going to wear my red coat.
Do you have big bodyguards?
No.
That follow you around.
He's got me, Baldy. He's got me, Baldy.
You come to Philly with bodyguards.
I would love for you to be my offensive lineman, and I can be your Brock Purdy, and we can go in there together.
All right. Where are you guys set up at? You set up at the Link?
Yeah, we're set up at the Link. We're staying downtown, Broad Street, by Center City. We'll hit up the Sixers game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic and Embiid, Denver versus Philly. We'll wear our Niners gear to Wells Fargo Center. Big game, right? Then we'll go to Mitchell and Ness, get some gear.
Yep.
And then Sunday, we're going to have a big breakfast, and we're going in. Right now, we got 5 roasters on the trip. 5 roasters coming. There's more coming to Philadelphia. I know it. We're going to be out there. Baldy, how can we not wear our gear? We have to wear our gear in Philly.
I'm just saying, like, the level of abuse that you are going to take rivals anything you ever saw at Candlestick between the Raiders and the 49ers.
Wow.
Like, it's coming.
Verbal or physical?
It could be both. Like, you could get egged. Like, there's things that can happen. I've seen, I remember, in fact, I remember the 49ers and the Eagles on a Monday night. I remember Dana Stubblefield was like the star defensive player
for 4
the
sacks that
49ers.
game, yeah.
But I remember literally them sending. They were shooting off like Roman candles inside the stadium, like at 49er fans. They were shooting them off. Wow. Like I've never seen. I mean, it looked like a soccer match in South America. You know, like all they needed was 49er flags running around, the stadium back then.
Wow. Well, so we're going into...
You're going into the Hornets' nest.
Yeah.
Baldy?
There's no other
Baldy.
place.
I think
you
you
go
just
to
scared
Buffalo.
Shasky.
Buffalo fans welcome all the fans.
Right.
You go to Green Bay. You come to Philly now, it's a war zone.
Baldy.
I think Shasky just canceled his flight.
No, I did not. I was made for this. Let's go.
Baldy, we'll talk to you next Tuesday. Or we may be in the hospital calling you on the cell phone or something.
You got it, guys.
All right, Baldy.
Like John Kent said to his son, Clark Kent, something special is destined for you. I just don't know what it is yet, son.